ears are not deceiving you. Your ears are not deceiving you. Welcome to the lap of luxury. Welcome to the lap of luxury. I'm your host, the fabulous Neil. And on tonight's show, we have our colleagues with one question of the day, a special one-on-one interview with musical artist Tony Enos, and of course, intuitive artists. So stay tuned as you are now in the lap of luxury. Alrighty. Give me 1 second, y'all, and then we'll do our intro. Hold on. 1 minute. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Welcome to the Lab of Luxury. First of all, I apologize for being so late. I am your host, the fabulous Leo Brown, and we're going to get right into it. So I hope all of you are having a wonderful Thursday thus far, the beginning of retrograde today. So, and I swear it's working on me already. But anyway, I want to go right into my main interview with my musical guest, Tony Enos. He is one of the many beautiful LGBTQ artists out there. He is multi-talented. He sings, he dances, he acts, he choreographs. What doesn't he do? We're going to get to know him a little bit. And of course, I'm going to have the caller using what question and also into his insights for today. So, without further ado, I want to introduce my guest, Tony Enos. Tony, are you there?
I'm here.
All right. Welcome to the show. How are you? Thank you. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
Thank you. Good. So, I'm going to start with kind of a generic but a tough question. So, who is Anthony Enos III?
Who is Anthony Enos III? He's a little poor brown boy from the Whitman Housing Project in South Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was bullied and kind of, treated maybe not so nicely. And a lot of people didn't expect much of him. They didn't expect him they expect him to be a statistic, I guess. And so I carry him with me. And a lot of times I got to remind him that as the adult, Tony, that it's my turn to take care of him now. He took care of me for a long time and endured some things. And now I'm the grown up and it's my turn to take care of him.
All right. I love that. Yeah. You know what? You gave a great answer. Most people, when I answer that question, they're like, Now that leads me to another one. So is there a difference between Tony Enos, the artist, and Tony Enos, the person? Are they the same? Because I know with a lot of people who are entertainers, there's the person we see on stage, and then there's the person we see off stage.
Right. I think what you get is what you see with me. I think you just get to see a small snippet of it. So, the me on stage or the me on the album, me is in him, but not all of him is in me. Like, you don't get to see all of me and who I am day to day. And, I get the other, so like, what's the new record? Like, maybe 45 minutes. So you would spend 45 minutes with me listening to the record. And, you don't get to see me for what? The other 23 hours and 15 minutes of the day.
Right. So,
you get it what you see. It's me. It's genuine.
Okay. Okay. So we know, ladies and gentlemen, and my audience is watching, and they're loving you, by the way. So we know, ladies and gentlemen, that what we hear and what we see is what we get. So if we ever meet you in person, we know that you're full of like humor and quips, but you also sing. Now, I have to ask you about your latest release, which is No Place Like Home. What inspired you to make this particular album?
I started recording the album like 3 years ago, and the opening song on the record, it's called Killer Queen, and that was originally going to be the title and kind of concept of the album, and sexy and sassy and all that jazz. It was 3 years ago, and I just did so much growing over the past 3 years, and I guess I have a lot more to offer. I'll be 34 on Monday. I think I have a lot more to offer, the 34-year-old two-spirit, Native American, multiracial man and musician than to run around just singing about sex service. So, the record has that, it has its moments, but really home and family and, the people I love. That's what's important to me right now. So that's what takes up the majority of the record. And, the No Place Like Home, it's about Philly. I wrote it on the New Jersey. Going a few trips back and forth, the road home in either direction, to Philly, New Jersey. But that's really what the record is about. It has its sexy moments and its fun song and its dance song. But that's what's important to me right now, art and trying to offer maybe something of value in that moment of being someone.
Okay. So it sounds like to me that this is a more mature Tony than versus maybe Tony from maybe 10 years ago.
Absolutely.
Okay.
More aware, more conscious. Again, I'm getting older, God willing, have kids someday, and as a two-spirit man, we take on a responsibility for our youth, around us. So yeah, definitely.
Okay, all right. See, I'm loving this. And by the way, I want all of you to be sure to pick up his new release. There's No Place Like Home, or No Place Like Home, excuse me. And I have to ask you, since we brought up the subject of maturity and things of that nature and aging, what would you tell the 24-year-old you?
What I tell the 24-year-old you? Put a value on your love first. Know your worth. You can't expect others to put a value on your love before you do. You have to do it first, and it won't be easy. Just work at it.
All right. Okay. You know what? You better take a quote from Miss Diana. You better do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I know a Diana quote when I see one. You better do that. I love that.
That it stayed with me from a kid, and it's the God's honest truth. I heard it.
I agree with that. Okay, since we brought up Miss Ross. So now, because I know that you credit her as one of your inspirations, one of your motivations. And I want to know, and I'll even ask this for the people that are watching, for those of you who are Diana Ross fans, and I'm going to ask you first, but what song or album has been your go-to? Like, what's the album or the song that has made you go, you know what, I can do this in different parts of your life?
I really, it might sound corny, but Ain't a Mountain High Enough from a kid. That was my. I think that was really the first time I was introduced to Diana Ross was like 2 years old. It was just like nothing was the same after that. And that, it's meant different things at different times in my life, and it still does. So that's the song really that, out of all my favorite songs, that's the one that stays with me the most. you know, and has consistently for, you know, all my life.
Wow. That's awesome.
I meant to say 9:30 earlier, not 9 o'clock earlier. I just realized it's 9 o'clock. I was like, wait a minute, I meant 9:30.
You're fine. You're absolutely fine because we're on different time zones for those of you who are watching. So I'm on Central, he's on Eastern. So for him, it is 9:05. It's okay. It's like I said, retrograde has just started. So Mercury retrograde. So it's like, oh my God, like everything's kind of haywire and hectic. But it's okay. We push through. We push through. That's all we can do.
Okay.
So now, out of all the songs you've recorded, what is a song that, okay, what's a favorite song that you love to sing, that you love to perform, and what's a song that you actually don't like to perform?
Like of mine?
Yeah.
Or like any?
In your own body of work, what's the song that you're like, oh God, I don't want to sing this again? But what's the song that you're like, yes, let's do that one first. So let's do that towards the end that you absolutely just love.
Right. I don't know that there's any that I guess probably my first single, Work It Out. That was back in, I guess 2000 and, Lord, I forgot, it's been 10 years. But probably that one, because it's the oldest, and, you know, you've done so much growing, you know, before that. And I mean, you've done so much growing after that. I think Two-Spirit, honestly, is my favorite to perform live. People respond so positively to it, regardless of whether they're native or not. People just respond well to it. And I've gotten to perform it at so many great points and times and events and community events. And so the meaning of it keeps changing for me. And it's just always there's always great memories attached to performing that live.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now I have to ask you, what is your, because you write some really great songs. I mean, everything. Okay. My personal favorite is Hot Night Through Butter. That's what got me into
it. Thank you.
Yes, honey. You and Insane P did y'all thing with that song. But I wanted to ask you, what is your writing process like? What do you, like, how do you say, you know what, I think I want to talk about this. I want to make this into a new ballad. Like, what is that process like for you? Because I know it's different for different people.
Yeah, it still goes on random. I can't even really say that I do this one way, I do that one way. Sometimes I'll get an idea. There's a song on this record now, not to get too political, but it's called Power to the People. And I don't know if you remember when 45 got in office.
Yes.
There was such a feeling of helplessness, I think, because we were just powerless. And do you remember when they spray painted on Trump Tower?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
And I was like, yes, that's right. I was like, the power is in, you know, the power is in the hands of the people, not power to the people. And I was actually sitting at the American Indian Community House in New York. I was on my phone, on my Facebook page, and I saw that. And I said that out loud to my partner. And I literally started coming through. And then there's songs that I've written years ago where I literally wrote a chorus, and I'm like, oh, well, someday I'll finish writing it.
So it just depends. It just depends on the mood and the moment, it sounds like to me.
Right.
Okay. Now,
let's say that one more time, I'll tell you.
I said it sounds like it's just the mood and the moment. It sounds like it depends on the mood and the moment, like what's going on with you or around you at the present time. That's awesome.
Yeah.
See, I love that because this is from someone who really wanted to do what you do. Like a lot of people don't know this, but I actually want to do that. I want to make music and sing, and you know, you couldn't tell me when I was little that I wasn't gonna be Jasmine Guy or Paula Abdul. Okay, I wanted to be somebody multi-talented. So to have the privilege and the honor to speak with someone like yourself, it's definitely an inspiration. Let's know that it can be done. So thank you so much for just for you. Yeah, just for you being, you know, doing what you do. Now, I have a question more so about the business end of the music industry. So my question to you is, what's the best part, because you're an independent artist, is that right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So what's the best part about being independent, and what's the worst part, if you can answer that?
I was just having this conversation with a community member. We were talking about just the state of the industry and how it's all about the power and money, money and power, which is never. I mean, I like to get paid like everybody else, and I'm sure you have bills like everybody else. But you know, I'm not a product. I have a product. I'm not a product. I'm not for sale in a sense. And I said to my elder, I said, I've never been a millionaire. I haven't submit. You know what I mean? Like I've never been. I grew up poor. I've never had millions of dollars. Be like, gee, I wish I miss being a millionaire. but I have had the freedom to make music freely without a company over my shoulder saying no and sending it back and this is too political. And I've made a lot of political music over the last 3 years, and I know for a fact that would have gotten kicked right back. It never would have seen the light of day. There were things that were really important to me. It's important that I think about these things, but what's the point, So that was what was important for me. The downside is, I hate to say it, it's not having the Beyonce pocket. To fast track things and to make things happen as quickly as you would like to. It's so funny, like Two Spirit came out in 2015, right? So 3 years ago. There's just talk now of it being nominated for a NAMI, a Native American Music Award.
Wow! Congratulations! You're welcome.
I operate on a different schedule. Like being an independent artist, like for the mainstream artist. So it has its downfalls and it's good points, but it's been good to me. I can't complain. I own all of my stuff 100%. I get paid first. And the royalty checks come in. I know where the money's going. I'm not thinking that here I have all this fabulous support from a record company. Here they are taking out tour and hair and wardrobe and dancers and all this fabulosity, and I get a 50-cent royalty check.
Right.
That's the company. So that's the downside of it. I mean, you're a new artist, which to them I would be. If I were to get offered a new contract, that's the kind of thing you could offer. There's a Florida management company that I wanted to sign with. I had a 2-hour conversation, and now mind you, this isn't a record company. This is a management company. It's interesting how similar the contracts are and the verbiage is now. And so I had a 2-hour convo with the CEO about what kind of artist I am, what I would like to do. They send me the contract, and literally it was give them 51% of my record label, so they would have the voting percentage. So in other words, they couldn't tell me to do something as the artist, and then as the record company, I turn around and say no. So they have control of my record company. 51%. I know over all the rights to all of my music for the past 10 years. They own all the rights, not Narrow. Grant them exclusive rights to grant license, and I can say nothing about it. So the KKK can go to them and say, hey, we're doing a documentary about how great we are. Give us a song. Go, sure, we'll give you those songs. And I can do nothing about it.
Wow.
I couldn't be in a relationship without their approval. If they didn't like the relationship I was in, it would cease immediately. I couldn't cut my hair. I couldn't get a tattoo. And then one of the things that really kind of almost frightened me was that you agreed to escort all company personnel to any and all in-house private events or otherwise. But what the fuck is private event? What is that? You know, that's kind of really...
You should. I wish you could see the look on my face because I'm hearing this and I'm like, you basically are selling. Okay, now I kind of understand about the whole. Okay, I'm gonna touch on this in a minute. I kind of get the whole selling your soul thing because that's what it sounds like you're doing. That if you had to sign that contract, you would have honestly sold everything, including your whole body, to just be quote unquote bigger. So
it's frightening, and that's what they mean by the industry is about power and control, and it really is, and money, and there's a lot to be careful of, you know. And at the end of the day, I just want to work. I just want to get on stage and sing and make people feel good. and be able to write, my songs the way I want to write them. So, I've become a millionaire, fantastic. If not, I've still done what I said I was going to do and what I set out to do.
So it sounds like to me, what really is more, and you're such a Leo, my goodness.
All right.
But what's really important to you is freedom. Freedom to do as you see fit. Freedom to sing as you choose, when you choose, how you choose, and artistic freedom. It sounds like that is your main. That's your main objective. Or am I wrong?
Absolutely. I think to be able to be of service, I think that's the purpose. And again, I am such a Leo because we think of crazy shit, and I'm like, if I get old and I'm like 90 and everybody dies around me, like, what will I do? And what's my purpose? And I think about it, and I'm like, well, I'll volunteer and I'll do. I'm a really purpose-driven person. I have that sense of purpose. That's really important to me, and purpose to my music is important to me.
Wow. So now you have your music, you have a calendar. And by the way, for those of you who are interested in his music, if you want to go and check him out. He's an awesome artist. Go to TonyEnosMusic.com. That's TonyEnosMusic.com. Book a show. Let him sing at a baby shower. Let him sing at a let him sing at a christening or something. Feed him. Hook a brother up. We he need to. We want to make money. We want to be good. So you have your music. You have done, because I know you've done a calendar, like you've done calendars and things like that. What other ways do you think would you like to market the Tony Enos brand? What's next for you, do you think?
I've been kicking around for a couple of years the idea of some films, some gay cinema, so to speak. I'm often not happy with the gay cinema that I see. It's so hypersexualized. And I feel like is that all they think that we respond to? Is that, where's the depth to these characters? It's like the movie sends scenes, and 8 of them are sex scenes. Like, that ain't right. And I'm here for the sex ministry, and blessed, and minister of music, and usher. I'm here for the sex ministry, but at the same time, it's like, isn't there more? What about depth of character? And I've done a lot of acting over the past 3 years in New York. And I think acting is different things for different actors. For me, it's about fighting for that character and fighting for what I think and why I think this person's story is important. So depth of character is important to me. Story is important to me. So one is, just sort of a love story. It's called Stay. About 2 different characters from different sides of the track. Sort of a lot of things happen. They're both growing. They're both stunted when they meet each other, and through knowing each other, they do a lot of growing. And what kind of ends up happening is, the movie's called Stay, and by the end of the film, that's the one thing they realize neither of them can do. They can't stay any longer. They have to go on, and they have to be who they're going to be. And the other one is a Christmas movie. A gay Christmas movie.
Okay. Yeah. Come on, gay Christmas. Yes, we need a gay Christmas film. We can't give all the films to Hallmark. I said we can't give all the films to the Hallmark and Lifetime channel.
Okay. That would. I talked about it all the time with some of the writers and producers that I've been talking about. That would be amazing if Hallmark could have a gay Christmas film on the Hallmark, like 12 Days of Christmas.
That would be awesome. Like, I would actually get the Hallmark channel for that. I think that'd be awesome.
It happens, but I'm going to push when the time comes.
Hey, why not? Why not?
I'll be a failure, but a try.
Right. So you've toured, at least from what I know, you've toured in Vegas, you've toured certain parts of the world. What has been the best places you played, and what was the worst? What was one of the best places you played, and what was the worst place?
That's the worst. Well, there's a place in Philly called Boyer that I love because it's in the round, and not just because it's Philly, but it's in the round, and I love performing in the round. It's a different experience. The best place I've ever played, I think, I want to say Nashville. Nashville was just,
really?
it was an amazing LGBT music festival on Music Row in Nashville. We did 2 nights, and the audiences were amazing. And it was funny because it was like a 45-minute set, and so there was 2 quick changes. And when I talked to the booker, I think it's really important that there's a phrase. These are like 40-second quick changes. Rare that I have a band. I had a band for a few shows, but not, the majority of them I'm performing to like a pre-hit show. So it's not like if I'm late, they go play a little longer. The dancers are depending on me to make these marks and whatever. Anyway, long story short, when we got there for sound check, the guy said to me, well, you could get changed in the dressing room, but I would have had to have run the length of the auditorium. He goes, well, you could get changed in the kitchen, which was right behind the stage. I said, well, shit, let's just get changed in the kitchen. So the second night, my mom told me, she goes, well, how's it going? I said, I got to get changed in the kitchen like Dorothy Danders. But other than that, it was my choice, So it was a great place. And I met Tommy Devine, the songwriter who wrote I Cry on this new album.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. Yeah. See, but you have to look at it from this perspective. Had that not have happened, maybe you and that person would have never met.
Yeah, no, I mean, how would we have? He's in Nashville, and then from South Philly. So.
Right. Yeah. Now, because we have to wrap up pretty soon, but I have to ask you. Now, we know the artist, we know the singer, we know the person that is going to, and I know you're going to get into acting. I definitely can see you doing it because you have such a flair. I can see you doing a really dramatic role and doing very well.
In theater in New York theater, nothing super dramatic yet. There's one that I've been working with. His name, I don't know if you're familiar with Ty DeFell. He's a Chilean Oneida, playwright and director, and he's amazing. And he has a really great play that we've been workshopping on. It's pretty dramatic, and it's about a 2-spirit father. So I'm hoping that to be. Yeah.
I'm loving the projects that you're working on. I'm absolutely loving them. So, what is the biggest misconception about you?
Biggest misconception about me?
Yes.
I think people think that I'm probably that I'm rude, maybe. Hypersexualized, because of things that I've done. It's funny how you do these things, and you do music videos, you record sexy songs, and
you do kind of the photo shoots,
Yeah, exactly.
Giving body and everything, yes.
And it's a cross section of you. It's not all of you. I think those are probably. I think people think that I'm like a Philly hood. I've been called that ghetto gay from Philly. And I certainly, and I am from Philly, and I am from the streets, and I'm not shy to tell people when I don't like something and what I think is unfair.
Well, you're a Leo, honey. I mean, that's just the way we are.
Exactly. I think the biggest misconception is, I've had a lot to heal from over these past 34 years, and I think people who haven't done their healing will say, oh, he's a bitch or he's a dickhead. And I think the people who have done their healing will say, oh, he's holding the boundary. So I think that's the biggest misconception.
Okay, and I can see that because I can say that I think when you and I first crossed paths, I just thought you were very just blunt, and I didn't know what to make of you at first. But then as I got to know you, what I saw then and what I see now are 2 different people. I see someone who really wants to not only change the world through music, but just be the change within himself. And also someone who wants to empower and inspire. And you do that just by you being. You do that, by the way.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate that.
Yeah. And congratulations on your recent engagements.
Thank you.
Yes. Tell Mr. Sheldon I said hello.
I most certainly will.
Yeah, give him a hug for me, please.
I will.
And by the way, your friend Monroe says, hey, he misses you. And he wants you to keep, and he wants you to keep going. So just wanted to say that. And before we conclude, I want to give you a little bit of a mini reading. As you know, I am a psychic and life coach. And I figured I would give you a mini reading on maybe what's to come for you. So, what do I get from Mr. Tony? I definitely see you performing. Like that's kind of a given. That's a dove for all the people out there. Like, duh, he's an artist. But I see you performing. But I get performing, but I also get you writing. I'm seeing you go behind the scenes a lot more. And I would say keep going with your theater work, with you doing plays and stuff, because that's really going to expand your acting, not only your acting, but even your dare I say, your vocal range a little bit, because I feel like you're going to delve into other forms of music, I would say in the next 2 years. And I get your music becoming more, I want to say world-based, less pop. Because I keep hearing like drums, like Turkish rhythms, things like that. And more exotic. It's going to be really interesting. And I think your next, from what I'm picking up, I feel that your next album is going to be very, I don't know if you're a big environmental person, but I'm seeing like a lot of pro-environment kind of stuff. And you writing about what you see going on in the world and things like that. Like more consciousness. Like No Place Like Home is like your beginning. But I see at least three more albums, and you doing just really making people aware. I also see you winning awards. You are going to win at least 2, so get ready. Have your outfit ready, honey.
I'm going to win the what?
You're gonna win at least 2, because I'm seeing you.
All right.
I'm seeing you go up going up to a podium and accepting the award. And this is why I'm saying this, because I'm seeing it with you actually, and this may sound funny, I'm seeing you, I don't know, do you like to wear things that show your legs?
I don't mind it, yeah.
Because I'm seeing you wearing an outfit and your legs are cut out. It's kind of like a loincloth kind of thing. It's really interesting. It's beautiful though. And I also see you getting more back, I know, because I follow you on Instagram, and I know you get in shape and keep yourself together, but I'm seeing you really, I would say the next month or 2, you really being focused on it, and you really saying like, look, I really want to like maintain the best quality of life that I can. I feel like one of the reasons why your health is so important to you is because I get a lot to do with family, whereas like family members, you've seen them go through health issues, and you're like, I don't want that to be me. But also your compassion to want to help other people be better by being an example. That's where that comes from. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because I'm getting a lot to do with like either diabetes or heart attacks or both in your family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm seeing a lot of that, and your wedding is going to be very intimate.
Yeah.
And very, very touching, because I get a lot of tears on both sides of the family. And I mean, you already know this, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. You found not only the right man, but you found a man that really allows you and wants you to fly.
Yeah, yeah.
And don't argue with him so much.
You got a point there.
Yeah, don't argue with him so much, because you know half of the time he's right. You just don't like to admit it.
I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah, you just don't like to admit it. That's all.
I got to be the bigger person.
But other than that, I think it's great. So before we conclude, I just have to ask you, where can people find you and your wonderful music?
I'm available on all the digital platforms, so iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, TV Baby, so all the digital platforms, TonyEnosMusic.com, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter @TonyEnos. August 1st, I'm playing Hellphone in Brooklyn. It's a really cool place. I'm playing a 30-minute set. It's 247 Barrack Street, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, and the name of the place again was?
Say it again, I'm sorry.
The name of the place again was?
It's Hellphone. 2 words, Hellphone.
All right, Hellphone in Brooklyn. So if you're in the New York area, if you live in Brooklyn, or even if you don't, take a train and go see my boy, go see Tony Enos. He is awesome. He is an experience, and he's also one of just a sweet guy and a great, great friend. It's been an honor to interview you and to get to know you a bit, and for people to experience you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Omar. I appreciate it.
Thank you, darling. You have a wonderful night, okay?
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody. All right, everybody. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, honey. Thank you so much for the compliments and comments. I am your host, the fabulous Leo Brown, and welcome to the Lap of Luxury. First of all, I apologize for being late. I'm so sorry, but I had to get my hands up. I'm sorry. That's what actually took so long. That and Houston traffic. Houston traffic is no joke, like no joke at all. But anywho, but thank you guys so much for joining me for that interview. I had to close these blinds a little bit because it's getting dark. Anywho, so all right, for those of you who have questions, for those of you who, because we're gonna get right into it. For those of you who have questions, we're gonna go right into it insight. So if you have questions, if you have a coaching question, put them down below. I will read them. I will try to get to each and every one of you as best I can. But while you're doing that and you're thinking of what you want to ask to get the ball rolling, I'm going to ask you a question. And this is my call to you. Say, what question? For those of you who have children and for those of you who don't have kids, how would you react or what would your reaction be if one of your children came to you and admitted that they were gay, bisexual, transgender, intersex, or gender binary? What would be your reaction? Would it be good? Would it be bad? Would it be ugly? And why? For those of you who have children, what was your reaction like? What would your reaction be? For those of you who don't have kids, what would your reaction be? And for those of you who are gay, when you came out to your mom or your dad or whomever that was close to you, what was their reaction and what did you learn from it? So if you can, answer those questions for me along with your psychic questions as well. Like I said, I am also a psychic medium. I am a life coach. I'm a motivational speaker. So let's get it going. I'm going to be on here until about maybe 9:30 my time. So, and if you want a reading, if you want to get an in-person reading with me, you can hit me up at my personal website, which is psychicleo.com. That's psychicleo.com. And I put the link in here below so you can see that. And that way, if you want to, you can get a reading with me outside of this. Thank you guys so much. Hi, everybody. Hi, everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like, if you're so inclined, be sure to share this broadcast. Tell people about it. Let people hear it because it's important to me. So you're more than welcome to ask your questions if you would like. Okay. Wow, and we're already okay. So the question of the day was, what would be your reaction for those of you who have kids and even those who don't? If you had a child and the child came to you and admitted to you that they were gay, revealed that they were gay, bisexual, transgender, gender binary, intersex, what would you do? A part of the GLBTQIA community. So what would you do? What would your reaction be? Would it be one of love? Would it be one of kind of like, are you sure? Or would it be one of like, no, that's not tolerated here? So here are some of the answers to that particular question. Monroe says that he would ask the whole process in the realization and how do they feel about it. That's a really good point. I think that what you just said is very true. Coming out is a process. It is not easy, nor is it fun. Trust me, I've been out since I was 16. And you actually come out more than one time. Like, people don't realize that. You come out in many different ways because sexuality, gender, those are all, well, I don't want to say gender, but sexuality is fluid, so, it's a spectrum. Because I don't want to misgender anyone. I don't want to be rude. But, that's a very valid point. I like that, Monroe. He said that he would ask the whole process, like what was the whole process, what made them come to that realization, and how they feel. So you would basically leave it up to them to be more sure that they are content with who they are. That's actually really good, and I wish that some parents would do that. Parents and friends. Let's see. S.J. Chambers says her reaction was that her child was experimenting at the time. So you thought that your child was just experimenting, and that's true too, because it does happen. I mean, hey, I've experimented with women, Yes, I have. Even though I ain't one of the girls, I've experimented with women myself. So that's true. I think we all go through that. But as I said earlier, sexuality is a spectrum. Jandari says she would have a harder time with her child being transgender than their sexual preference. Okay, now that's another great question. So if your child came to you and said, "Well, I believe that I am in the wrong body. I believe that I am a woman," or if your child was, a girl and she said, "Well, I believe that I'm a man, or I'm a man. I'm a trans male." What would your reactions to that be? Because that's a very valid point. Like, what would you say? How would you handle that? Now, here's my question to Jandari, because she said she would have a harder time. Why would you have a harder time? Is it because they are transgender, or is it because of what transgender men and women go through? So leave your response to that if you can. Let's see. Let's see. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you very much. Thank you. But that's a very valid point. I know that for me, like, my coming out process was not the typical sit you down, mom, dad, we have coffee, and I reveal that I like boys. My coming out process was very shocking, to say the least. So yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. I wouldn't do it. I think if I were to go back to when I was 16, I wouldn't have done it in that way. But you do what you feel is right at the time, especially when you're young and you don't really know yourself. Hey, Jay, I'm doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. Thank you. And thank you for liking the haircut. But no, I think it's different for different people. I know that it was for me. Okay, let's see. So S.G. Chambers says she was experimenting. However, if one of her children came out, she would be okay with it because it's their life. See, I love that. I love to hear that kind of reaction, because in the end, at the end of the day, it is their life. Because it's not our life to live. That's one thing I think that we as adults, we often project, or we don't mean to, but we live vicariously through even our friends, even people that we claim to love. And that was my phone going off. So yeah, it happens. Yeah, but I would say it just depends on how you choose to react. Because I know that with me, if I had a child and my child admitted to me that they were gay or bi or trans or non-gender binary, I don't think I would have a bad reaction. I think my reaction I think mine would be more of like, I want you to be safe. Because I know that from talking with my own mother, that's what it was with her. It wasn't that she didn't want me to be gay. She was just more of like, okay, hold on for just 1 second, y'all. 1 second. She just wanted me to be safe. She was because I came out during the time of Matthew Shepard, when his murder was making headline news. And so my mother, when I came out, she was just like, oh my God, he's going to end up getting bullied. He's going to end up getting, hurt, blah, blah, blah. And so she later revealed to me as time went on, like, I was worried about that more than you being gay. Now, I think oftentimes with a lot of parents, that's really what it is. We just don't know how to say, I don't mind you being gay. I mind that, something may happen to you because of the way the world is. Actually, as Jandari is saying in the comments, she's actually saying that she fears for them because sometimes society isn't as accepting as she would be. And also it's more my issue because it's her child. But I would be supportive regardless. See, I love the fact that you explained that. You took the time to explain that. And I think that's fantastic. That says that you are a very supportive mother. That's awesome. So whenever you do have kids, they're gonna love their mama. Let's see. Brandon says, it's a really difficult answer for him. He says he would tell him or her that he loves them no matter what. In addition, he would empower them to love who they are and give them that internal strength to help them face the world that may hate them. My dad was a role model when he said, I don't care about you being gay. I care about you being alive. I have to admit, I would be scared for them as well. I know from experience the world is not too kind to. See, and see, it's kind of like what I was just saying. That's really what it is. It's not that we have an issue with our child being gay or being bi or being trans or being whatever they are. It's more of how is the world going to view you? Are they going to be kind to you? Are they going to be loving to you the way that I may be? You know. So I love these answers. By the way, these are awesome. Kelly says that she would embrace her child no matter what, whatever they decided. That's good. I love that. She also says, my baby is my baby. She can love whomever she wants, and I certainly would want her to love whoever she is, as I do. I support everyone. I love that. I'm loving these answers. This is awesome. Let's see. And Miss Chambers says, what is crazy is that it is more acceptable for women to be with women, but for men, it's like, you know what? And that's a very valid point. You brought up another good point. Now, here's another question I have to ask. Why is it more acceptable for women to be with women? But if a man says, well, I'm not gay, but I like men, or, I don't identify as gay, I'm heteroflexible, or I just have a very open palate, or I'm bi, why is it shunned upon? Not just from men, because men do shun upon it, trust me, but women do too. I've seen some women be the exact same way, if not worse. So why is that an issue? Why is that a problem? Do you think, so my question to all of you is, do you think it's a double standard? Do you think maybe that's why we have that, because it's more acceptable and maybe even more, dare I say, erotic for a woman to be with another woman than a man to be with another man, or a man to admit that he likes men, that he enjoys the company of a man in an intimate way? So that's a very valid point. Now, let's see. Now, Monroe says he was watching the show Pose, which I have to admit I have not seen it yet. I'm don't kill me. Don't take away my gay card, please. I have not seen Pose yet. I have not, and I want to, but I haven't seen Pose yet. I don't have cable, and as a friend of mine says, only bad bitches have cable, and so I'm just a bitch. I'm not bad. But anyway, he says that he was watching the show Pose, and this topic made him think about the whole LGBT continuum and the whole experiences. The dangers and fears are different. Well, I believe they are. They are different. I think so. I think so. I think coming from a heterosexual environment, because that's what we know, and then coming into an environment where freedom of expression is actually looked, whether it be, the way you dress, whether it be the way you walk, whether it be the way you embrace your sexuality, that is a wonderful thing. And it's kind of like a rite of passage to be very expressive and to be yourself, or whatever it is you like. It's kind of a shock to go from one community where you're told, well, that's wrong, that's morally this and that, and then to go to another one where it's like, no, getting in the water's fine. But then there's also, prejudices and all that kind of stuff within that same community. So it's different. Okay, so Ms. Keith says most of her best friends are gay and are open and love the skin they're in. You know what? And I applaud that. I think I applaud anyone, whether you're gay, straight, whatever, to be who you are and to accept who you are, all of who you are. And it's not an easy process. And like I said, coming out is definitely a process. Because trust me, it's a process for me. And I'm still, even though I'm 36 years old, there's still things about myself that I have not embraced completely. But I'm getting there. It's a work in progress. Jandari says it's very much a double standard, as it's all the same to her. That's a very valid point. It is all the same, really. We really are as different as we make ourselves out to be. I think what is also a negative thing is that we are, how do I say it? I think we don't really know what it is. We don't, and I would say regardless of what you identify with, we don't know what it really means to be open and free. We think we do. Because I think we think, living out loud and, dance on top of a speaker means you're open and free. Well, no, there's open and free to different people. But yeah, yes. But no, I haven't seen Pose. Yeah, I know. Thank you. I get a pass. Thank you. Okay. Forgive me. And Kelly says, in most countries, sexuality is open and not discriminated against. Our country is okay. You know what? I agree with that. I have a friend of mine. He just came back from an international cruise, and he even said that when it came to sex and sexuality, that it was more open, it was more embracing, versus here in America, it's a little bit more conservative, a little bit more restrictive, which I think is sad. I think on one hand, we're the most sexually repressed, but we use sex to sell everything almost. So I've never understood that. That has always kind of bothered me. I've never understood that. That doesn't make sense to me. But I love the answers that you guys have given me, the insight, because actually you brought up a lot of valid points. So thank you so much for even sharing that. And like I said, if you can, share the video, share it with your friends, tell a friend, child, please, let people see this, because I love discussion. I love things that make people think. It's important in the world that we live in. So thank you for the love. Thank you for all of it. Thank you very, very much. Okay, so I'm going to read one more comment, and then we're going to go into the intuitive insight. So if you have questions, put them down below if you have questions, and I will try to get to everybody. Let's see. It says, I knew that one of my mother's siblings was in a same-sex relationship, which was confirmed by my grandmother. She didn't say it in exact words, but she was hurting because one of the other siblings did not accept it and would not be at our family gatherings when that particular sibling was there. So my grandmother taught me to love and accept people. See, I love that. Props to your grandmother, Miss Chambers. That's fantastic. I think that's awesome. We should have more grandmothers like that. I have to say, my grandmother, may she rest in peace, was very much that old time religion kind of grandma. Love you, grandma. Love you down, but you were. But I think, like I said, I think a lot of it is not that people hate gays. It's just that people fear what they don't know. And that's true with anything. That's even true with me, because I consider myself to be, I like to think that I'm open-minded, but I will admit, I can be very judgmental. I won't lie to you. I can be like, really? But that's a part of being human. That's something that I'm working on and working through, And I think, we often say we're open-minded, but I think whatever it is, it takes time to open your mind to. So, and yes, Miss Keith, I am. I'm about to get into that right now. So if you have questions, she wanted to know if I was giving readings. Yes, I am. I know that's what you came for. No, I am about to give readings, but I wanted to, like I said, I wanted to encourage discussion first, because I think it's important to talk about things that a lot of people, especially people in my business, won't talk about. I think it's very important. So, I think it's very important to me, because I don't want to just do reads. I can do readings anywhere. I want to be able to discuss topics that matter. It's very important, because I am a human being first before anything else. All right. Wow, that is a great topic. And let's be honest, I think in order to work through something, you have to be a little uncomfortable. So Miss Kelly Spangler, she said, this may be uncomfortable, but she's seeing that people are trying to include, which is true, they're trying to include heterosexual in the LGBT community. That's where she draws the line. It's not in the same category. And she wants to know what are people's thoughts. Now, my thought, I'll be nice about it. My thought is, no, we're not doing that. I'll say it like this. Pedophiles like children. Gay men don't like children. Gay men and women don't like children that I know of. We like children to adopt. and give love to, the ones that I know. But we don't like children in a sexual way. That's not us. And I think that contributes to that stereotype that we're all perverted and perverse and blah, 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 blah. And we are not. Pedophiles molest children. Gay people do not. And that's all I have to say on that. Yeah. So I'm not into that at all. And you really look, no, sir. We're not doing that. Not today. Not today, honey. So thank you so much for tuning into this discussion. That was awesome. So now we're going to get into intuitive insights. Okay? So intuitive insights basically means where you can ask me a question and I will try to get so many as I possibly can. So I'm going to get right into it before our time runs out. Okay, so Miss Keith wants to know. She wants to know about her new guy, Keith. Do I see her going to Florida to meet him, or will he come to her? If so, when? What will he be like when he meets her? And she wants me to tell her the truth. Okay, all right. It's gonna be good, but I'm being told don't move too quick. Don't move too fast. You know, if you're watching and listening to Miss Keith, don't move too quick. Don't move too fast. With this, I like it. I think it's going to be good. But I also feel like there's still things about one another that you don't know. So take your time. Don't rush yourself. Because you're ready to get together now. Like you're just like, I want to do it now. But no. Just cool your jets. You know, get to know the guy a bit more and have fun. You know, have fun. Yeah. So, okay. So let's see. All right. Who else wants to know? Okay. So Brandon wants to know, what do I see for his last year of school? Stress. And a lot of studying. A lot of studying. But I think that it'll be stressful in the beginning, but like towards the middle and the end of it, it's gonna go by really quickly. And you'll be like, yes, you know, I'm done. And I also see you moving too. I feel like you're gonna end up moving. I get you moving. Like I get either like Nevada or California. Like once you're done with school, you're gonna end up moving. You're gonna stay in the Southwest. And to answer your other question, Miss Keith, do I see you going to Florida, or do you meet him? I actually get him coming to you because I'm seeing somebody driving. I want to say driving because I see the open road. So I see somebody driving. Yeah, I get him coming to you. I don't think you're going to go to him. And that may be like the disagreement for y'all too. Just saying. Let's see. Okay, Ms. Reed wants to know will her ex contact her. Okay, yes, but why would you want them to? That's what I'm being told to say. And I feel like if they do contact you, it's going to be more so to close the door, to be honest with you. I don't see it going anywhere, you know, really. I think you want it to go somewhere, but I don't see them being as ready as they should be. I'll just say that. Let's see. All right. Let's see. And as far as your okay, let me go back to Miss Keith for just a second. I get the fall, I get October, and I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna sound kind of rude, but calm your coochie down, please, Miss Keith. I know you're hiding the coochie, honey, and you want some companionship in that way, but put it on ice, okay? Let's see. Miss Chambers wants to know, will she ever win the weight loss battle? You will, but I get around you that what you need to do is kind of flush your system out. I get juice, I get water, I get things like that. I really, really do. I get juice, I get water, I get cranberry juice, things of that nature. is when I feel like once you flush your system out, the weight will come off. And include some cardiovascular work, whether it be walking, whether it be you going on a treadmill for at least 10 minutes, and you'll be fine. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, and Kelly wants to know. She says, if her months ahead will be less stressful, and hard. It's been a wild run this year. Thank you in advance. Okay, all right, Kelly. Let's see. Kelly from Boston, Mass, from good old Beantown. I kind of get it this year for you has been this. That's the first thing I get, like up, down, up, down, up. And I get a lot to do with a home or a house or like you fumigating or something, like something to do with your home or something to do with stability. It'll get better, but it's going to get better as the months get colder. I get December, November, December, somewhere in there. And this may sound funny, but do you have like issues with like rats or rodents or something? Because I'm seeing something to do with that, like, you know, furry little creatures in the house, honey. And I get like you might have to do it one more time, and I get a lot to do with maybe like you repairing certain things because I get a lot to do with the wood or, you know, things of that nature. So yeah, it's gonna happen. Okay. But for some reason I see it happen, but I get like 11, the number 11. So either within the next 2 months or by November, things will start to slow down and it'll be less stressful. Yeah. Let's see. So Monroe says he's gonna be real vague. Okay, you can be vague, that's fine. But what do I do with this love interest? Name starts with T. Will I finish this big public project this year finally? You will. Well, let me move to answer your question first. Let me move to the project first. The project I feel is actually going to be finished first, and I want to say October, late September, early October, something in there. And then with the love interest, that can work out. But what I get around you, Monroe, is I get this push and pull from both. Like you both want to be in control, it feels like to me. And one of you needs to learn that it's okay to just surrender. It's okay to just sit down and shut up and just take it. Take it any way you want to. But it's okay to do that. Because what I'm getting around you is that you both want to be in the driver's seat, and that's not going to work. You gotta allow this to take shape on its own. But from what I pick up around it, I like it. Yeah, I really do. Okay. So Ms. Keith wants to know why October. Well, first of all, in terms of time frames, that's just what I'm receiving. And I know you just want to meet him, honey, but I get a lot to do with finances or work around him. That's why I think the time frame is so long. And I would definitely say just right now, you really just need to date. And I'll say this, stop wearing your heart on your sleeve so much. You're really, really guarded emotionally. So just saying. Let's see. For Miss Reed, your current job. No, I actually see that you may end up leaving because it's not that you don't like the job, it's the environment. And you need more money. Just saying. You're welcome, huh? Thank you, Mr. Monroe. Let's see. She has one more question. Miss Chambers, will I ever get to turn my dad's house into a holistic place for the community? You will, but I get sometime in the next year. Yes. And this because I don't know if does your dad's place have hardwood flooring? Because I'm seeing that for some reason. I'm seeing hardwood floors. Yeah, you will. You'll definitely get to do that. Mm-hmm. And I keep getting like next year, like I want to say beginning like March, April, 3, 4. Yeah, so you'll get to do it. Yeah. And I see you having a greenhouse too, by the way. You have more work to do here first. You are going to move overseas, probably not for another 2 or 3 years or so, Mr. Monroe, but you are going to move. Um, but you have some work to do here first, and you know you do. You'll be able to get a job. I would say in the next, I get 3, 4 weeks. Yeah, you'll be able to get a job. Yes. Yep. Let's see. I'm just trying to make sure I get everybody. Oh, and Kelly, as far as your family clashing, um, a lot of that is stress, and they don't really know how to vent. They really don't. They don't know how to vent. That's really what it is. They don't know how to, they don't. They don't know how to come. And yes, Miss Chambers, I would love to come up. If anyone would like me to come to their fair neighborhood, their lovely home, I do travel, by the way. So if you want to do that, email me. Email me at psychicleo28@yahoo.com. And also, if you want to be a guest on the Lack of Luxury show, email me at psychicleo28@yahoo.com as well. Just put Lack of Luxury in the subject line. And also, if you want to get a one-on-one reading outside of Facebook, because I don't do this very often, I do this every other week. But if you want to get a one-on-one private reading or coaching session with me, you can log onto my website, which is psychicleo.com. I have it pinned in the description box. So, alrighty. Yeah. But no, you'll be able to get your money together, Kelly, to answer your question. You will. I keep getting the number 4 around you, so I want to say 4 weeks from now. And let me also say this about time frames, because I'll be the first one to tell you. In my mind, I'm horrible at them. I suck at time frames in my head. But some people told me I'm great at it. But I just get what I'm being told to get. Okay, and Miss Keith says, thank you, Leo, but it's not all about sex. I just wish I actually meet him. You know what? And I understand that. I really do get that. I know it's all about sex, but I just pick up around you that I know that's not all you want. I'm not saying that, because let me rephrase that. I don't want to offend anyone. I know that's not all you want, Miss Keith. I know that. I can tell you like this man a lot. You like his conversation. You really enjoy him, and I feel that he enjoys you too. I just get that what's going to happen is you guys are going to meet, but I keep getting like the fall is when I feel that you guys are going to finally meet up. You'll be able to make time for one another, and when you meet, you'll actually like him. I kind of get you feeling him out a little bit, but you'll like him a lot. You'll like him a lot, and I just get you being like, well, let's slow this down. I don't want to go too quick, and I don't want you to go too quick either. So I get you kind of saying like, slow it down a little bit. Yeah. And well, not only in Miss Fangley, to answer your other question, she does need to get a job, but she also needs to fix her mouth, because she's got a mouth on her, and she's just and it's like, really, But a lot of it is because I feel that she is what I pick up around me is teenage angst. And she just doesn't know what to do. She wants to help out, but she doesn't know how. Yeah. So, but she'll get it together. I would say, give this at least a month, maybe a month and a half, and it'll start to work out. So that's what I'm getting from Miss Spangler. So if you're listening, that's what I said for you. But no, you're gonna be fine. Everybody's gonna be fine. I think that Mercury retrograde has us all kind of panicking, and with all the planets, in retrograde right now, we're all like, oh my God. And plus, we had the blood moon coming up tomorrow, so we're all going through it. Everybody is, including myself. But yeah. So, does anyone have any questions before I conclude? And you're welcome. Thank you so much for thank you, Kelly, for even being on it and joining me. Thank all of you. Thank you to all of you for joining me. I know I was late today. I'm so sorry. I hate being late, especially for things like this. But I'll be back um, not not this upcoming week, but the following week. And like I said, you know, if you want to be a guest on the show, email me. If you know, if you want a reading, you can email me that way too. If you want a reading, a one-on-one reading, because I do offer email readings too. And if you want just a one-on-one coaching session with me, just log on to my website, psychicleo.com, honey. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And you say your man is being a douche. I think it's just in the ether. I think we're all going through it. Trust me. And I don't know when I'm going to come to Salem again, but I plan to. I plan to before the year is out. Thank you. I'm glad. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you like the makeup. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. Yeah. See, I haven't seen the blood moon yet. So, and as far as Miss Keith, is your money getting back on track? Give it about 2 months for you to see it start. And once it starts to get back on track, start saving your money. That's what I get. Just start to save your money. But thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoy my show. I enjoy doing it. It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun. Thank you. Oh, that's very sweet of you to say, Monroe. Thank you so much. Such a sweet guy. We talked once over the phone, and such a sweet, spiritual person. What, you know what? I know that if I were to come and visit him, we would have a ball. We would have an absolute ball because he's crazy as hell. But he's a sweetheart, though. He really is. So, but with that being said, all of you, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your comments, your questions, for chiming in with today's question of the day. I'd like to thank my guest, Tony Enos, for the wonderful one-on-one interview that I had with him. It's awesome. And like I said, honey, until next time, it is me, fabulous Leo Brown, and I will be back not this upcoming week, but the following week. And if you want to be a guest, just email me. Email me, and I will definitely hook you up. We can definitely do an interview, and let's do this. So until then, darling, have a wonderful, wonderful day, and thank you for loving the shoes. Thank you. They were a bitch to walk in, but thank you. But I don't use those for walking. Anywho, so have a wonderful evening, and I will talk to all of you soon. Okay? Love you. Be fierce. Be safe. Be fabulous. Bye-bye.